Review book review. All right. Hello. It says you were live. And this is Joanna. Guess what I just got in the mail today? I'm so excited. Look where it came from. Amazon Prime Video. Like, it came from Amazon. And it's a book. Can anybody guess what the new book is? By the title of my video. I'm sure you can. I couldn't help it. I was like, oh, a box from Amazon came. I never ordered anything from Amazon because usually I just don't use Amazon. I didn't realize. I remember everybody has their books on Amazon, but I might start doing that. Just buying all the books from Amazon from now on. Because I wanted to buy this book from InfoWars, but I kept getting blocked. And I couldn't make the purchase because it was $100 for an autographed signed copy. And here it is, The Great Reset and the War for the World by Alex Jones. And this is my copy, so I don't give a crap that I'm smoking a cigarette because I'm going to keep it. I'm going to get a highlighter out, and I'm just going to go like through here like shh. Okay, so he wants to hear me read the intro because I would love to work for InfoWars. In The Great Reset and the War for the Worlds, the most controversial man on Earth, Alex Jones, gives you a full analysis of the Great Reset, the global elite's international conspiracy to enslave humanity and all life on the planet. If you really want to know what is happening in this world around us, this is the one book you must read now. Alex Jones is the most censored man on the planet, and you should ask yourself why that is. There is a powerful authoritarian takeover in process that is seeking to capture the entire human system and turn it into an artificial factory farm controlling system. We are in war for the future of the world. In this book, you will hear about the world elites from their own mouths and what they are planning for you and your families, and you will learn what you can do to fight it. From central banks, corporate billionaires, and corporate government officials, global elites have been organizing a historical war on humanity under a transhumanist scientist dictatorship. And Alex Jones is always right, number one. Hello to anybody in the live chat. Hey, just reading the intro here. Alex Jones was the first major figure to endorse the World Economic Forum agenda. Expose, not endorse. Sorry, Alex Jones was the first major figure to expose, never endorse. We never endorse the World Economic Forum. We hate those sons of bitches. And Klaus Schwab, I hate those suckers. Hate the World Economic Forum and the New World Order. Fuck them. Alex Jones was the first major figure to expose the World Economic Forum's terrible agenda. He has dedicated the last 30 years of his life to studying the Great Reset, conducting tens of thousands of interviews with top-level scientists, politicians, military officials in order to reverse engineer their secrets and help awaken humanity. The Great Reset and the War for the Worlds chronicles the history of the global elite's rise to power and reveals, sorry, dyslexia, and reveals how they've captured the governments of the world and financed the Great Reset to pave the way for the New World Order. Flip to back page. This is just the flap. I'm just reading the inside cover on the flap, y'all. Once dubbed a conspiracy theory, but now, stupid cats! When are you ever going to leave me alone? Sorry. Every time I'm doing something. Cats. Swamp Pigger. Hey, Swamp Pigger! Check out the new book, The Great Reset and the War for the Worlds by Alex Jones. It's awesome. It's on sale right now at Amazon. He says, like I said, it's on sale at InfoWarsStore.com. For $100, you get a hand-signed copy, and he's almost sold out of all his hand-signed copies because he's been signing like the front of all of them. So he was like, go buy it at Amazon, drive it to #1, make it the best book in the whole world, because if we get this secret out to the whole world, this is the blueprint of how to destroy the New World Order. And, if we get this out to the whole world and everybody sits down, gets a copy, reads it, and is like, oh, some of this kind of stuff is, and then you're like, wait a second, and start highlighting the very, very important parts, like Klaus Schwab said, you will owe nothing and you will be happy. then the whole world will be awake. I don't care if they're Republican or Democrat. They got to stop working for the New World Order, period. Okay? Cats, out of the freaking way. Hate it. Okay, now I'm going to keep reading. Once dubbed a conspiracy theory, but now get out of here, you stupid cat. But now openly promoted by the most powerful corporations and governments, the Great Reset is a planned attempt to redistribute all the world's wealth and power into the hands of banks, corporations, billionaires, and the World Economic Forum, namely Klaus Schwab. The Great Reset and the War for the World is the undisputed trailblazer for understanding what's happening in our world today and how to stop it. Bam! That's like the end of the screen line, my live read there for Alex Jones. Then it has his picture, of course. And it says, Alex Jones has been dubbed the most controversial man in America. He is the creator of Infowars.com, which amasses over 40 million monthly visitors among all of the websites. He is the host of The Alex Jones Show, which averages 4 million daily listeners. Okay. For more than 25 years, Alex has been the leading voice of the truth movement, garnering tens of billions of views on social media before being censored and completely banned. And that's why we go to band.video and watch Alex Jones. Alex has been the leading voice of the truth movement, garnering tens of billions of before being censored and completely banned. So he built, used Infowars and band.video, and then they build new sites to keep spreading the word. I think it's the Infowars.tv is another one. A highly acclaimed filmmaker, Alex Jones, has amassed over 1 billion views from his political films. Appearing on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, Alex is the #1 viewed episode. Awesome. Bye-bye, Swamp Picker. Back to work. Long time since I saw you live. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Swamp Picker. I'm just doing a live read of the book review. Okay. Appearing on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast, Alex is the #1 viewed episode, and Tucker Carlson has referred to him as the ultimate guide to reality. Brought to you by Skyhorse Publishing Inc. in New York, New York. Skyhorsepublishing.com, printed in the United States of America. Thank you, Skyhorse. Thank you. We got our book, man. We got our book, okay? So you don't have to make me want to loop with you anymore. I know I got a LAN party, and I let all the phone freaks into my LAN party. I know. I don't care. Don't care. Because I finally got my book. We finally got our book, man. We finally got our book. I finally got my book. It's not the hand-signed copy, but I will take it. And I am going to just... Oh, my God. I was reading somewhere earlier, the globalists trying to find the narrative. The globalists try to find the narrative, always. Schwab and Davos buddies keep trying to come up with a storyline that motivates people more than the classical idea that individuals struggle to lead a virtuous life. And in that effort, society has benefited. It seems as if they believe their failure to move people is because they just haven't come up with the magical myth that those idiots will blindly follow. Schwab first tried to pitch the Fourth Industrial Revolution, but it didn't catch fire. When that failed, he released the book Shaping the Future of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Maybe because it's like a tourist in a foreign country. He believes that if he just speaks slowly and loudly, he can get the locals to understand him. And the stupid cat, get out of here. Yeah, play in that box. Well, yeah, I don't care. Cat, play in the box. My cat's playing in the box, peanut butter. I'm just reading here from chapter 9. Schwab first tried to pitch blah, blah, blah. When that failed, blah, 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 blah. Next, he tried COVID-19, the Great Reset. But that was also a clunker. Maybe it struck people as a little insensitive for Klaus Schwab. to say, in effect, hey, I know there was a global pandemic that killed millions of people, but let's look at this as an opportunity. Maybe instead of being so proactive, he wanted to try for an exceptionally boring title, so that his next effort, published in January 2021, was Stakeholder Capitalism, a global economy that works for progress. Interesting. People and the planet. Let's take a closer look at this effort. Co-writer with Peter Van Ham, who is head of Chairman Klaus Schwab's communications at the World Economic Forum. In other words, he just happened to be in the office, so to speak. It must be so difficult for Klaus Schwab to have all these important people praising his book, only to have the regular people treat you like an embarrassed uncle. This is from Mark Benefard, Chair and CEO of Salesforce. 50 years ago, Klaus Schwab first produced his theory that businesses are not only responsible to their shareholders, but also to their stakeholders. With a global economic system generating deep divisions and inequities, Klaus reviews his call for a form of capitalism that works for everybody, everyone, and where businesses don't just take from society, but truly give back and have a positive impact. Stakeholder capitalism is an urgent call to action. Perfect. And it's even cited, it's footnoted. There's footnotes. See, that's why I need a highlighter, because I'd go through and just highlight the best parts right now and just read them all out loud. See how amazing this is? I don't know what else to say, y'all. I was watching Louder with Crowder earlier. Oh my God, look, I got my book. Hey, stupid cat, get the fuck out of here. Excuse my language. I don't care because it's my channel. Beep. The second crazy things the globalists believe is that they might one day use sound waves to control the behavior of people. In their 2018 meeting, one of the topics at the World Economic Forum was titled Mind Control Using Sound Waves. Based on an opinion piece from the Scientific American, this is from an article on the technology. I can see the day coming where a scientist will be able to control what a person sees in their mind's eye by sending the right waves to that right person in their brain. Okay? My guess is that most objections will be similar to those we hear today about subliminal messages and advertisements, and only much more vehement. This technology is not without its risk of misuse. It could be a revolutionary healthcare technology for the sick, or a perfect controlling tool with which the ruthless control the weak. This time, though, the control would be literal. That's number 4. Site number 4. Where's site number 3? Did I miss it? The speaker came to the conclusion that nothing could stop this technology from being developed, but that it should be brought under the control of a benevolent organization, not the World Economic Forum, to make sure it isn't misused. Yeah, we all know Klaus Schwab and his buddies can't be trusted not to misuse a technology to control people. See what I mean? What the book says right here is, yeah, we all know Klaus Schwab and his buddies can be trusted not to misuse a technology to control people. That's what the book says that I got from Amazon. But what I said is, the speaker came to the conclusion that nothing could stop this technology from being developed, but that it should be brought back under the control of a benevolent organization like, and it says like, the World Economic Forum, not like InfoWars. InfoWars is the benevolent news station I trust. They wrote this book. Alex Jones knows. We're not going to give over our technology to the World Economic Forum to make sure it's not misused. Yeah, we all know Klaus Schwab and his buddies can be trusted. Bullshit. Can't be trusted. That's what it's supposed to say there. And I know it. The third crazy thing the globalists have said is that one day you'll take pills containing microchips. At their 2018 World Economic Forum, there was a talk about Albert Bourla, the CEO of Pfizer. Oh, I hate Pfizer. Remember, I have all the COVID database. I have the database. My dad made that database for the Illinois Department of Public Health. Like, he didn't make it for him. They were publishing, like, freely releasing data so that people could track the numbers and the deaths and the cases. They're like, oh my God, everybody's dying. Well, it turned out after everybody got jabbed, that's when everybody started dying. Like, big spikes, death spikes, death spikes. So I printed all those off and I mailed them to InfoWars. I had a box from where I placed an order and it said, for returns, mail here. And that's what I printed my paper, stuck it in an envelope and mailed it to InfoWars. So I'm like, interesting. The third crazy thing that globalists have said is that one day you'll take pills containing microchips. Okay, and the CEO of Pfizer pissed me off about their possibilities. Here's what he says. The FDA approved the first electronic pill, if I can call it that. It is basically a biological chip that is in the tablet. And once you take the tablet and it dissolves in your stomach, it sends a signal that you took the tablet. So imagine the applications of that. The compliance. Imagine the compliance to that. Imagine the compliance to that if you were all forced to do it. The insurance companies would know that the medicine the patients should take, they do take them. It is fascinating what happens in this field. That's bookmark number 5. I'm looking for bookmark number 3. That's like site mark number 5. And there is no site mark 3. There's a site mark 2 in this chapter, a 4, a 5, but no 3. Because I'm number 3. I'm the 312. It's interesting that these globalists never seek to engage the public in their plans. It's all about control and compliance. Whatever your age, the globalists just want to remain your eternal parent. And if you do not obey, they may just lock you in your room. No food, no water, no communication with the outside world until you do. Who did that to me? Somebody treating me like a slave, stalking me. And I don't like it. The fourth crazy thing that the globalists do is to praise the massive COVID lockdowns. Not even going to read any of that shit because that's site mark 7. See what I mean? Amazon. I'm just going to breeze through this chapter real quick. The sixth thing crazy socialists do is crow their unhinged disgust at the delight of COVID, another COVID crisis, to speed up their great reset. The seventh thing globalists want to do is get rid of freedom of speech, which they define as recalibration of speech. Don't forget the one in the chamber, Crowder. The eighth crazy thing the globalists say in the World Economic Forum, they want to put chips in your clothing. They want to create wearables, electronic watches. What are those iWatches everybody has? The ninth craziest thing is the globalists saying the World Economic Forum is promoting the possibility of implanting smartphones into your body by 2030. Sure. Yeah, right. Glue it to your hand and become a cyborg. Doesn't that sound exciting? No, actually, a future with no sex, no kids, and a smartphone implanted in your body sounds like shit. So, I'm not even going to read the end of it because I know Alex Jones, this book writer, wrote it, and Steve Bannon's already read it. So now I'm just going to read the quotes off the back for you. Okay. Alex is right about far more than he is wrong about. He's the most misunderstood guy on the planet. Joe Rogan. Thank you, Joe. We are actually at war, a hybrid war of economics, cyber sociology, and yes, information. One of the field commanders is Alex Jones of Austin, Texas. The headquarters, broadcasting live. Brilliant, irascible, tenacious. Alex has done his countrymen a great service. In one book, he has given the structure and dynamics, the history, and the process of the New World Order we see evolving daily. The Great Reset and the War for the World is your battle map for what is ahead. And Alex Jones is feared and relentlessly attacked by the very architects of this power structure. That is why we must read and study it now. Okay? If Alex Jones is just a crackpot, why are the most powerful people in the country trying to silence him? No one bothers to censor the flat earthers. Maybe Alex Jones is onto something. Read this book and decide for yourself who's crazy. Is it me? Or am I right? Alex has done an excellent job of bringing the globalist plans into the light. When we shine the light on darkness, the darkness cannot hide anymore. It can only retreat. Dr. Mercola, founder of Mercola.com, the most visited natural healing site on the internet for the last 20 years. Yeah, is that lady from Africa who says she'll mail everybody ivermectin? In the Great Reset, Alex Jones boldly showcases the history of engineered global collapse as it is unfolding in the present. No person living today has spent more time dissecting and exposing this anti-human and anti-freedom agenda than Alex Jones, and this book will one day be seen as a critical marker in the history of the fall and rebuilding of human civilization. Mike Adams, founder, naturalnews.com and Brighteon. Alex Jones may be the most malignant, can't read that, patriot in the country, but virtually every threat to our liberty that he has predicted has come to pass. Roger Stone. That's all the quotes on the back. See, Roger Stone's name really is there on the, I was reading the quotes. So, I think somehow I was going to do a podcasting thing with people and we ended up helping Alex Jones get a free book. Like, somebody sent it to this Skyhorse, all the not audio recordings, no video recordings, right, y'all, of Skyhorse Publishing Inc., New York, New York. So he was just hitting on the main points, and then he was going back and pulling out segments of like, well, in 2018, compared at the DARPA letters, Klaus Schwab said this, and he was citing that. That was just weird that chapter had no site mark for number 3, and I haven't found the site marks yet. I'm gonna keep looking. And that's kind of like a quick fire thing. Crowder does that. Don't forget the one in the chamber. So here's all the notes. Okay, and then he has a section here at the end of the chapter that's notes. It says epigraph page and welcome to 2030. I own nothing, have no privacy, and life has never been better. Okay, so that's some kind of website link and a news article from Forbes from 2016 that he was referencing. Chapter 2. What chapter is this? 10 things globalists say about themselves. Oh, this is kind of like a joke part. This is the joke part of the book. 10 crazy things the globalists say about themselves. Chapter 10. Okay. Chapter 10. And that's for me because I like jokes. And Steven Crowder does too. Bam! At Blaze TV. I hope your book sells good too. Okay. Chapter 6. Chapter 9. Oh, and then there's stuff like your clothing could be tracked soon, December 9, 2021. And there's a YouTube video. See, so even like the reseller community has been like, we like Alex Jones. So there's probably all kinds of stuff in here. Okay, chapter 10. See, now there's a site mark for number 3. I just didn't see it mentioned in in that chapter I was reading. Site mark number 3 says Dr. Douglas Fields, mind reading and mind control technologies are coming. March 10th, 2022. Scientific American. Now, see, that's an article I missed. I didn't see that one. www.blog, Scientific American, blah, 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 blah. See, and then it's got the whole thing spelled out so you can type it right out, go right to the web link and see it. So, yeah, this book is going to be amazing, man. That chapter 10, that was just the joke section for me. Like, you forgot the one in the chamber, Crowder? Bam. Awesome. We did it. We did it. We did it. And I just did a live read and a live review of the best book available right now on the planet, The Great Reset and the War for the Worlds by Alex Jones. Go right now. Go to Amazon. Buy it. It's already number 1 in like world history, political science. Isn't that what it said? Political science at the top. All these different categories that people would have never assumed. And I say go buy it right now. It's $25.99 plus your shipping or Prime membership or whatever that stuff is. I don't know about Prime. So yeah, go buy it right now. If you want a hand signed copy, today's like the last day he's signing copies. He said he's stopping on Saturday. And today's the last day he's stopping the selling of the hand copies tonight, probably at midnight, I'm going to say, whenever the shopping cart runs out. And yeah. And then they're going to start, I think they started mailing them too. So they already may have started mailing the hand copies ones. And those are $100 at InfoWarsStore.com. All you got to do is go on there. This is the top advertisement on InfoWarsStore.com. Click on it. You can buy the unsigned or the signed, but at this point, I mean, I think everybody's just buying the signed copies directly from Alex Jones, because you can buy your unsigned copy at Amazon and drive it up the book charts for us. Please make it #1. It'd be awesome. And thank you very much. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Love you, Swamp Pigger. Have a good day reselling or yard selling or whatever you're doing. I'll see y'all later. Bye.